Hey everyone, welcome back to Fantasy Theory. Today's video will go over Zack Snyder's highly anticipated Netflix film, Rebel Moon. So I believe this is part 1 and that part 2 will be released in the future. If I remember correctly, this was originally pitched to be a Star Wars movie, but it ended up not happening. So this could be a tribute to kind of a Star Wars film or other sci-fi films. Anyway, today, we're going to go over the reviews of part 1 of the movie. This is a classic case of reviewers and fans clashing. When the movie debuted, the movie critics, with 42 reviews, rated it at a 9%. Since then, the rating has jumped to a whopping 24%, while with over 100 reviews from fans, it debuted with around a 90%. Since then, it's gotten 500 plus reviews and has gotten down to about a 70%. This is all at the time of recording this, so this could have changed within that time frame, but it should be around that area. So in this video, we're going to see the difference between critics' reviews and fans' reviews. So let's jump right into it. Excuses will be made that this is the first of a two-parter, but you have to establish some connection to the story or the people populating it to ensure viewers will want to come back. And unfortunately, Rebel Moon doesn't come close to achieving that. What should have been an inspired homage to sci-fi classics comes across as cribbed from Cliff Notes, scribbled down by a sleep-deprived student with only half paid attention in film class. It's a vapid byproduct of outside ambition. That's an oof right there. Another Zack Snyder movie that deals with the same old issues. Quality production values with scattered brains, incoherent storytelling. I feel like a broken record. The theme I'm noticing here with just a few reviews is that the story is lacking. From what I hear on the internet, part 1 is really only made as a setup for part 2. But let's keep going. Let's do a good one. An entertaining filtering of science fiction and a general storytelling tropes the lens of creator-director Zack Snyder. Rebel Moon is Zack Snyder's fun, loving tribute to the likes of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Seven Samurai, and etc. It looks, sounds, and plays great, and even though it takes some time to take off, we'll definitely have you on board for part 2. More Zack Snyder's Dune than Star Wars, the filmmaker's opus isn't likely to win over new fans, but it is a treat for those who appreciate his work. Batella, Fisher, and Bay are the real standouts. I do wish the two-part movie craze would end. Of course, we have to go back to the bed. Despite existing in a galaxy with 1,000 star systems and worlds, there is no sunlight in this thing, or charm. It is an unrelentingly bleak cosmos that mistakes a lack of humor for a lack of life. Ow! That hurts. Rebel Moon is a cacophony of sci-fi tropes. It's undeniably beautiful, expertly designed, and enjoyable enough to watch, but leaves a little lasting impression. So that one started off nice, but then it took a drastic turn. The film is too invested in table setting to be fully enjoyed on its own, at times feeling more like a studio presentation deck than a piece of organic storytelling. Again, I'm noticing that people are pointing out that this is more of a setup than a well-produced story. Rebel Moon is a complete disaster, and Snyder diehards will no doubt forgive its glaring issues, but those who tend to dismiss his work as style over substance are going to feel validated after watching this pretty mess of a movie. I feel like it's widely known from the Snyder Cut back in the DC days that you either love his storytelling or hate it. In my personal opinion, I feel like a lot of people who are going into this that hate him will have the mindset that they will hate the movie as well, while people who love him are going in with the mindset of loving the movie already. But like I said earlier, at the time of recording, there were only 42 critic reviews. Let's jump to the fans who say something different. Finally, someone is attempting to at least try something new with the genre. It may not be a perfect movie, but one can have fun with this one. A must-see. Rebel Moon is a must-watch for anyone seeking a cinematic masterpiece that combines an engaging story, superb performances, and breathtaking visuals. It's a feel-good movie that will leave you with a smile on your face and a hunger for Rebel Moon Part 2. Don't miss the opportunity to experience the magic of Rebel Moon for yourself. You won't be disappointed. An epic sci-fi universe in the making is off to a strong start with the Part 1 of Rebel Moon. While I can't wait for the director's cut, it was an absolute delight and an incredible watch. Highly recommend this for anyone that loves the sci-fi western diesel punk genre. I've seen people on Twitter talk about a director's cut. I don't know if this is like shades of a Snyder cut, but it's interesting to point out. Could be something he said. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but let me know. Absolute cinema. Had a great time with it. Definitely not his worst movie, but definitely in need of rather good storytelling than VFX and action sequences. Hoping the 1-hour director's cut gets released as soon as possible before the universe is doomed. I seen this at the London BFI IMAX at the premiere. I largely enjoyed this movie. It was filled with the great action scenes, diverse characters, great world building, and when you peel away the skin, there is a huge universe to dissect in terms of themes and mythology. There are going to be two cuts of this movie. One is a more family-oriented movie, and the longer cut in Zack words is crazy and brutal. brutal. But even the family-friendly version has several more mature themes in it than the run-of-the-mill Marvel movie, for example. It respects what it does and doesn't hold back. The performance by every actor is top-notch. The visuals and music is amazing, and the set pieces are wonderful. I rated this 5 stars. So I guess that goes back to what I was saying before. I guess there's going to be 2 parts. I'm not really sure. Now, just to say the least, a few fans didn't like it. There's not a shred of plot in this movie. This was very, 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 very disappointing. Not surprising, but disappointing. Like most of his productions, it's just bad storytelling that is pretty. Style over substance should be his tagline. Now, the amount of audience reviews compared to critic reviews is crazy. For some reason, critics are just not going to see this movie, at least for right now. A 70% audience score isn't terrific, but it's substantially better than a 24%. This is just another case of fans and critics disagreeing. I can't speak much else on the movie, as I haven't seen it yet, but I will be, and I am excited for it. But what I gather is this is a classic Snyder style that this movie acts more like a setup for part 2, which I can understand the frustration. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if you're going to see this movie. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Have a great day.